Good morning, Patreon patrons. Welcome in. How are you doing this fine morning? Hello. How are you? I'm cold. I should have put a jumper on before starting the stream. Jumper time. Jumper. Big old Oodie. Big old Oodie time. It's Oodie time. Oodie. Boop. Boop. How y'all doing? What you up to today? You been doing anything exciting? Morning, it's an hour past bedtime. We're going to bed at 8:15 in the morning. That seems a weird time to go to bed. Ooh, made out fire. The jumper song. That was my jumper song. Hope you liked it. I made it myself. Composed it. Speaking of hoodie, just ordered one of yours. I hope it's as good as you advertise it. It is better. I downplay it in the advertisements so that you feel like it's even better. I've got a little onion head. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I imagine this could be like a cartoon character design. This Sprog has a white hoodie, it's great. When it gets to the first, I'll be working at a wedding. It is the first. Don't judge Rob, lol, don't judge. Shaky eyes. What are we not judging, Wraith? What are you talking about? What? What? I'm currently building bag 20 of the Lego D&D set. I'm jealous. I'm getting there eventually. A little bit at a time. I'll get to the Lego D&D set. How big is it? Is it like fucking massive? How big are we talking for the Lego set? Not feeling great today, but I did randomly wake up from a migraine nap just in time to catch CC. All's not lost. Migraines suck, man. I feel like there should be something dangling from the tip of that hood. Dingle, 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 bingle, bingle, bangle. Oompa, loompa, doompa dee doo. Assume they will go for spooky witch type vibe with it. With this hood? Yeah, spooky witch. Or like a cultist, so you can't see his face. Very impractical. Can't see where he's going either. He's going to end up sacrificing the wrong person. Slowly remodding Skyrim. Remodding Skyrim, like you're taking all the mods off and putting new mods on? Playing it through with different mods this time? Or you mean like remodding, like you're actually making a mod for Skyrim? Anyone else get concerned at the turn of the month that there's something you've forgotten? Like, I've forgotten all of May to do that. Oh crap. I mean, I get that that feeling regularly, but not spurred on by the turn of the month. We are, how many, what's 5/12? We're 41.66666% of the way through 2024. That's a lot. That's a lot of the loading. That 25, like 2025 is 41.6% loaded. Sprig has managed to keep it stain free for years so far, and it's been years, so woo. You see the Skyblivion update? I'm pumped. Skyblivion Oblivion was number 4, wasn't it? And Sky, I can't think. Stop thinking of Skycraft. Skyward Sword. Skyrim. That's it. Skyrim and Oblivion. Skyrim was number 5, and Oblivion was number 4. Is it as big as the big Hogwarts? Still talk about the Lego. Oh shoot, sorry Dan, didn't mean to sacrifice you. Couldn't see a damn thing in this stupid hood. That just reminds me of the scene in Blazing Saddles where all of the Ku Klux Klan are like putting on hoods, but the holes have been cut wrong. They're like, I can't see in this damn hood. And one of them takes umbrage because his wife was up all night sewing hoods. He's like, well, I'm going to go home if you don't appreciate my wife's work. I was replacing some mods that weren't working anymore since the update. It's been updated? They're still updating Skyrim? It's like 700 years old. I just went through a similar thing with Stardew Valley because that got updated to 1.6 and a bunch of the mods broke, so I had to go through and update all the mods that I like to use. To be honest, it's soon time to buy Christmas gifts. Yeah, right. It's Christmas soon. Christmas coming. Correct. There's a team of modders who are basically recreating Oblivion with Skyrim graphics. That's cool. I haven't heard great things about Oblivion though. Everybody raves about Morrowind, right? That's number 3. Everybody raves about Skyrim and Morrowind. Is there not a 6th one? Did they just get as far as Skyrim and go, this is good enough? Like, this is as good as we need it to be. Everybody was so raving about it. I would have thought they would have put their effort into making number 6. There is Skywind in progress too. Morrowind using Skyrim. That's cool. Hogwarts fills the top of a 2x2 IKEA Kallax unit. Is that a Kallax? That's an IKEA unit. I don't know if it's Kallax. They're working on the 6th. Do we know anything about it? Oblivion is great, and I will hear no arguments to the contrary. Fair enough. I'm not saying anything about myself. I ain't played it. I've never played it, but I just heard that people talk about 3 and 5 a lot more. Maybe I'm projecting Dungeons and Dragons editions onto it as well. Like, everybody talks about 3 and 5 and says false shit. They went to Elder Scrolls Online. Morrowind has the best story. Oblivion has the best guilds. Hello, Chase. Welcome in. They're working on the 6th, but Todd Howard likes money, so they keep rinsing and repeating Skyrim. That's fair. I get it. However, there's still a huge audience for it. Why not? Lego is not a waste of money if you enjoy building it. Exactly. If you got the space to display it after you've built it. We know that it's going to be in Tamriel, but not which region. What I don't know what Tamriel is. What is Tamriel? Is that the area where Skyrim takes place? I'd gravitate measures to give proper units, but I can't be bothered. When's your next overseas trip, Rob? Coming up in end of July, so next month, technically speaking. It is only the 1st of June. and I travel on like the 31st of July, but still technically speaking, I go traveling next month. So 2.5 months of travel. It's a lot. It's a long time, and I'm not ready for it. Does anyone else only sneeze in 3 seasons at a time? No, I do 1 or 2, and that's it. If I do 3, I'm probably dying. They're going to do 6, but they're also going to do the new Fallout one before the other. Is it the same company that does Fallout and Skyrim? Must be fucking rolling in it. They've only released Skyrim 4 times. Is it like as official releases? Like Skyrim updated, Skyrim exclusive, Skyrim Gold. That's pretty crazy. Tamriel is the continent, Skyrim is the region on the continent. I see. Have all five games taken place in the same planet, the same continent? Thank goodness everyone I've heard only sneezes once makes me think I'm weird. I mean, yeah. Sometimes I sneeze so many times that while sneezing I can only see a future in which I'm sneezing. It all fades away. This is me. I'm sneezing forever. Like that person who's hiccuping for their entire life, like Guinness World Records for the longest hiccups. Can't stop hiccuping. I think I don't know what I'd do. It would destroy me. You thought not going back to New Zealand would be easier? Yeah, it will be. I sneezed 9 times in a row while driving. I thought I was going to crash. Don't do that, I reckon, Rafe. That seems like dangerous. Don't sneeze and drive. Skyrim Anniversary Edition currently. And they just keep bringing out Skyrim so long that eventually another anniversary comes up and they release another Anniversary Edition. What is it, like even a special anniversary? Is it just they release a new Skyrim every year on the anniversary? Not even a joke. Bethesda had a joke advertisement years ago about releasing Skyrim on fridge. Fridges, yeah. You get to play Skyrim while you're cooking your omelette. Skyrim Special, Skyrim Anniversary, Skyrim Game of the Year. There are actually more, to be honest. Good lord, that's a lot. That's too many things. We'll hit 100 episodes. Yes, so Twitch Tales is 96 tomorrow, and then 97 2 weeks from now, 98 2 weeks from then, 99, and then 100. 100 is the week before I travel. So it works out all the way to episode 100, and hopefully 100 will end on a big old satisfying ending to put you guys at ease before I go travelling for 2.5 months and we lose out on Twitch Tales for a long time. I'm sure, knowing who I am, I'm not going to lead you on some sort of massive world-ending cliffhanger or anything like that for episode 100. Just finished Hellblade 2. I must say I'm a bit disappointed. First one was such a gut punch and this one was a bit meh. I've never even heard of it. What's Hellblade? I still think you should switch Twitch Tales back to Saturday. I don't think Twitch Tales has ever been Saturday. They were always Sunday mornings and Sunday evenings, weren't they? I used to do them alternating so that I'd grab different time zones, but that got too difficult for me to keep up with. Too difficult for me to schedule my life around. And then most likely the Halloween episode? Yeah, when I get back mid-October, it'll probably straight into a Halloween special. At ease, what a lying liar pants. Yeah, that's me. It was Saturday when I first started watching. Oh, okay. I don't remember Twitch Tales ever being a Saturday. Are you excited for the Halloween specials? Yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do for this one. What should I do for this Halloween? I tried to do something a little bit different each time. I've done just like a straight up chasing you through the woods, like slasher style. We've done psychological fuckery of the mind, like psychological thriller. We've done Cthulhu-esque body horror. What other horror genres are there? What other types of horror are there? Blood and guts and gore. It was Saturday way back at the start, Rob. You're 40 now. The Alzheimer's is understandable. First Hellblade game was about Senua, a picked warrior with psychosis, travelling to hell to try and free the soul of her partner. Big themes of mental illness and grief, and it was beautifully done. Sounds very very cool. The little tune from the werewolf one still haunts me. Found footage. Don't know how you do that in a fantasy setting, maybe with notes. Yeah, like Blair Witch. Blair Witch Project in Twitch Tales, Halloween special. A found footage Blair Witch type thing. You could have the main character, coming across notes, coming across journal pieces, coming across like orbs that have recorded minor illusions into them. Or Magic Mouth. Magic Mouth is a spell that you can record a memory into. Decode thoughts. There's a spell that can encode thoughts, and then you can cast detect thoughts on them, and you can learn what the thoughts are saying. That's could do something like that, and then you're piecing together what happened in the story as you're going. That could be cool. I could do something like that. Got all of the time when I'm away to prepare. I won't be doing anything else while I'm traveling. I'll prepare the whole time I'm away for sure. I definitely won't get home and then think about it once I'm home. I like the Halloween ones, but I do find the lack of agency frustrating. I know that's intentional. Yeah. Yep, that's the genre. Groundhog Day, stuck in a time loop until we find the right way out, spend the day to get out of the loop. Not really a horror thing. I do want to do a Groundhog Day at some point. I'm not sure if it's right for Twitch Tales, but it could be. I've always been fascinated with time loops and Groundhog Day and stuff like that. Movies of that ilk. So I do want to do that in D&D one day, but man, it would take a lot of work. To do a time loop right, ideally you want them to be forced to stay in one place for some reason. So like there's a bubble around the town that you're in, and you can go anywhere in the town but nothing else, which is why Groundhog Day had the town like Punxsutawney was snowed in, and it's why in the time loop arc of the Adventure Zone they were in a time bubble. You don't want the characters to just be like, fuck it, I wake up, I sprint out of the room, I sprint to the nearest Uber, I take an Uber to the airport, I get on a plane, I go somewhere else, I experience a completely different day in a different place. Because you could go quite far in a day. So having isolated, you could just isolate them with just geographic isolation. Just be like, you're up in the mountains, and yes, you can try and leave, but there's a single horse and carriage in this town, and you'd have to hire it and get carriage out of town, and you can go as far as it can go in a day, and then it resets you to where you were. So that's the first obstacle. The second obstacle is you need to know everything that's going on in that town at all times of the day without that person there, so that you know if he goes to this place at this time, he'll meet this person, and if he goes to this place at this time, he'll meet that other person. Kind of like in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, where you get given like a little booklet that has all of the NPCs of the town and their little, like, a little window of when you need to speak to each of them on any of the days, so you can keep a track of who's where and when. And then the most important thing is you need a set. You need to do a lot of work into setting what the sort of big payoff is going to be, what is going to get them out of the loop, and think about what that perfect day is. In such a perfect day. And the fact that they can't possibly do that perfect day unless they know information from previous days. So you need to have, like, in order to get into a place, they need a password, but in order to get the password, they need it after the fact. So they need to have looped in order to get the stuff that they need to get to the place they need to be, or whatever. And then probably the most important thing to make it interesting as a story to tell is knowing how to skip certain content once they've done it once or twice. Like having a combat or two would be great. And because of the rolls of a dice during a combat can go very differently if you play the same combat twice, which could be interesting to have the same combat twice or 3 times, but it's not interesting to have the combat 4, 5, 6 times. And so you need to be able to skip things. You need to be able to say, once you have, like, if you try to talk your way past a security guard at the bank, and you try, and the DC is like 25 charisma check or something, and you roll and you roll and you roll, and eventually on one of the plays through you meet the security guard, you roll a nat 20, then you can say, you have now talked your way past that guard. You can remember what it took to get past the guard. You know what angle to take with your persuasion. So each time from now on, we'll just skip you straight into the bank because you've managed to talk your way past the guard each time. And so you can wake up, you can rush over to the bank, you can say exactly the words needed to be said in the right order, and then the guard will let you in. So you need to be able to know, like, when the player can skip the content that you've created. It's a lot of work, is basically it. This is why I've never done it yet, because I don't know when to properly use it and which group to use it for. The Viva guys wouldn't be the right group for that. Could do that final What's the Log movie, series of horrifying escapes, Final Destination. Thank you for taking us on your brain journey, Rafe. Could do Final Destination. You see a prophecy where you die and then death starts to chase you all down. I like the loop you set up in the board one shot where they had to solve a puzzle to get out of it. Yeah. Just a very simple time loop, that one. I like the movie with the Truman Show. That was sadly horrifying. I loved the Truman Show. It's a good movie. During summer, do you plan any fun one-shots, or is it all conventions and holidays? There'll be lots of one-shots. There'll be lots of in-person Private Sanctum one-shots. Just not aired one-shots. I probably won't be streaming any one-shots now. I'll be doing a lot of traveling and conventions and stuff. I don't like horror movies at all, actively hate them, so I'm glad that I like the Halloween Twitch Tales, because I wasn't sure. That is good, Adam. I'm glad that you like them. As you're going to be in Europe at the right time, will you attend an Olympic competition in France? There are events in several cities. I'm not going to France, and I have no interest in the Olympics, so no. We find out that we're the monster one, bits at a time, but in a way where we make hard decisions till it's revealed at the end, and then the chat's like, well, shit, we were the bad guy the whole time. That could be fun. How would one do that? like an amnesiac kind of a character, or like a werewolf who doesn't know he's turning into a werewolf, or something like that sort of a theme where you don't realize you've been doing the thing, or like you're chasing your tail, like a paranoia. We kind of did paranoia last year. Like paranoia of like everybody thinking it's a monster, but it's actually explainable by all of your behavior. I don't know. Could be. Like what Minnie did to Briar. Yeah. Outer Wilds is a really good game for this kind of thing. I don't know. Outer Wilds. And the time loop thing you did for the board sci-fi one shot was well made, but scale up to a whole session, I can see it being a challenge. Oh yeah, for sure. In Twitch Tales, we don't get through enough content in a session that make it tricky to keep a track of for many months. Yeah, I don't think Twitch Tales. I don't know if Twitch Tales is quite the right, quite the right game for me to run the time loop. One day when I really feel like I'm compelled to finally get started with it, maybe I'll have to just run a special one-off for some friends on Twitch or something. I'll just be like, right, let's get everybody together and do like 10 episodes of a time loop session or something. Can't wait to attend one of your one-shots. You're coming to a private sanctum. Very exciting. What happened to Benadryl? I don't know what you're talking about.
Perception is 24.
Benadryl is a type of medicine, isn't it? What do you mean? What happened to it? I don't have any. Did you run out of Benadryl? You're in Castleton, aren't you, Rob? I am indeed. I'm filming my first appearance on Castleton right after this. Around about noon today, I'll be filming my introduction into Castleton, meeting the rest of my players, rest of the fellow players. And then it starts tomorrow. They've filmed and edited a whole bunch of it already, and it's going to be up tomorrow for a premiere. It's very exciting. It's a huge scope. I mean, following Benadryl's story as the Halloween episode. I don't know what you're talking about. What is? Why would we follow the story of Benadryl? Benadryl's a medicine, and I have no idea what you're meaning. Castleton should be fun. I hope so. Yeah, it seems like it will be. My character's pretty cool. I'm a demigod in Castleton. I am a demigod, which is very exciting, and I'm going to be helping to run some of the combats and things. She meant Belvita. Belvita is a type of cracker. I have no idea what his real name is. That's all you're getting. Well, that's on you then, isn't it? Belvedere. Keep trying. What's Belvedere? Belvedere is a type of cheese? Or Belvedere is a place? Belvedon. Beetlejuice. Polonaise. Bailarine? If the two note takers don't know the real name, we'll never know. Byron. Yeah, Bernard. Biden. Brian. Byron. I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you his name. You're gonna have to just not know it, or work it out. Go through your notes or some shit. It's Benadryl. It's not Benadryl. It's Brian the whole time. Bastard. That's what the notes say. Well, the notes are wrong. His name is not Benadryl. It's very disrespectful to the man to call him by a different name. I'm sure he's very upset at you. Is Beetlejuice really said Beetlejuice? I thought it was H2G2 joke. In GCSE astronomy we said Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse? I've never heard anybody pronounce Beetlejuice as Betelgeuse. It's Beetlejuice. It's pronounced Beetlejuice. If it's in the notes, though, it's in our accent. He never corrected us. Thank you, Lucy. His name is Belladel. Belladel. I'm here. Why is Rob being eaten by a hoodie monster? Because it's cold here, man. Baby Bell. His name is Baby Bell. Belladel. How do we delete comments? No, Lucy. You can't delete comments here, Wraith. You have no power here. You have no power here. Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about today? What's happened in May? Let me look at my phone calendar, see if I remind myself of anything fun that we can talk about. My head looked large because of the headphones and hoodie. My head is large, but it looks even larger because of the headphones and hoodie. My parcel has been delivered. I need to go and get my HelloFresh in from the front doorstep before some raccoons get it. Some New Zealand raccoons. Hello. Thanks for your patience. I needed to put away my HelloFresh so that I didn't have chicken sitting out in a box on my doorstep. should reach out to HelloFresh, get them to sponsor you. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine a Rob sponsored ad for HelloFresh. This tastes edible. It's actually very good. I'd be like, this is delicious. I'm the best cook ever. And I'd just lean into being all arrogant about my cooking, probably. I had to look up where Beetlejuice got its name from and its Arabic origin and got transcribed poorly, but need you really pronounce it that strange? What? Beetlejuice? I don't know who you saying is pronouncing it strange. Is it not Beetlejuice? We've had HelloFresh, tastes good, easy to make, but sort of expensive. It is kind of expensive, yeah, but I also don't have the time and effort and inclination to put together food for myself, and if I didn't have a food delivery service, then I would be eating beans on toast most nights. Looked at HelloFresh, it's not got enough vegetarian meals. For some reason I find HelloFresh sus. They push it so hard they're everywhere. It's like a religion or a cult. Yeah. It is kind of their model to be like, advertise everywhere. We should be the first name on anybody's lips when they're thinking about food delivery service. Betelgeuse sounds much better. It is Beetlejuice. I'm going to trust Fancy on this since she has a PhD in astrology, wasn't it? PhD in astrology. So she should know. Beetlejuice is rising. And she's in... Mercury is in descent with Beetlejuice rising. Beans on toast is top tier. Yeah. Worth it because it takes away grocery shopping. Yeah, for sure. Fancy's just being picky because she doesn't eat anything. She's like, no, they didn't have enough vegetarian options. But she doesn't eat she doesn't eat meat. She's vegetarian, but she also just doesn't eat vegetables. She eats what? Mac and cheese? What was that one meal that you eat, Fancy? Just chips and mac and cheese is pretty much all she's having, and because HelloFresh doesn't do enough variation on chips and mac and cheese. I don't often trust companies that advertise that hard, honestly. Fair enough. Feels like they spend more money on ads than good products. Yeah, like if your product's good enough, there should be an element of word of mouth that you can rely on. HelloFresh Burrito Edition. Like literally one of two of my meals of this week's 3 meals, because I get three 4-person meals. No, 3 2-person meals. That makes more sense. I get 3 2-person meals per week with HelloFresh, and then I'm just one person, so I get 6 meals. Usually a dinner, and then the next day's lunch, and then a dinner, and the next day's lunch, for like 3 other days, and then the other days I'm usually out and about doing things, or I can just go without or whatever. It works out okay for me. But 2 of this week's 3 meals are enchiladas and something cigars, they call them, like pork. I don't know. I haven't seen them before. It's the first time I've gotten them through. I'm starting to see some of the same ones coming through with HelloFresh now because I've been getting it for so long. But it still surprises me sometimes. Some kind of pork cigars or something. It's like phyllo pastry wrapped into a big burrito type shape. Pity we cannot have a poll about the star's name. We don't need one. It's called Beetlejuice. Found HelloFresh easy, but then found them bland, so tended to change up the recipes when cooking. Interesting. I've not found them bland, but then again, I'm British, and we tend to have bland palates. That being said, used HelloFresh does decent food, costs more than I'm willing to spend. That's fair enough. If you're willing to buy all of that stuff yourself, then it's one of the fun things to do with HelloFresh. If you don't mind grocery shopping and meal preps and like thinking about what a meal prep is going to be, then a good thing to do is like get HelloFresh for like a month, get a whole bunch of recipes, and then just cancel HelloFresh, and then you've got the paper recipes, and it tells you all of the quantities you need for everything, and you can just make all of those meals again yourself. You can just go to the supermarket and buy this, and this. I don't like doing that. Any fish in the menus? I don't think I've ever had fish from HelloFresh. I don't know if that's a thing, they just don't do fish because it doesn't travel well or whatever, or maybe it's just like a box that I need to tick if I want fish. But yeah, I don't think I've ever actually been sent fish, come to think of it. It's usually beef, pork, and chicken. And the pork is just pork mince, so it's usually just beef, pork mince, and chicken breast. Grocery shopping is very fun. Blech, not for me. Not for me. Took over a quarter of the world just to not use the spices. More than a quarter. There was at one time, I think the Queen owned more than a sixth of the world's surface at one point. The world's land mass, I should say. Fish is not easy to ship if not in a negative 22-degree truck. I mean, surely you'd say the same for chicken. If they can ship chicken, I can't see why they couldn't ship fish. I could see fish being an opt-in thing because people hate fish. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably like if I went onto the website and clicked a box to say that I'm okay with fish, maybe. Do you have Marley Spoon in NZ? I don't. If there are other food delivery services that are cheaper and just as good, maybe I should look into those so I'm not spending as much on HelloFresh. Marley Spoon. What is Marley Spoon? It says the first thing up is .com.au. Marley Spoon recipe and meal delivery box in Australia. I think it might be an Australia only thing. MarleySpoon.com. Marley Spoon NZ. Let's see if it comes up. HelloFresh comes up as a sponsored ad. Fucking hate that. I think that shit should be illegal. When you search for something and then a completely different brand or whatever. If you search for a specific thing and then their competitor comes up first, it's even more insidious when they use the name in the clickable link, and so you think you're clicking on the link to the name, and it's like, no, you're clicking on some other bullshit. That shit should be illegal. It doesn't look like we've got Marley Spoon in New Zealand. Alright, top sites for food delivery kits in New Zealand. We've got HelloFresh, Noom, Bargain Box, Fresh Start, Made, My Food Bag, I've heard of that one, Fed. Fed is heat and eat meals, so you don't even have to prep it yourself. Chef prepared heat and eat meals delivered to your door. There's Whoop. There's The Meat Box. And they're slowly getting worse and worse and worse on the ratings. Noom is pretty good. Oh, Noom is a weight loss program. Bargain Box. Tasty, fresh, easy Kiwi as recipes to deliver straight to your door. Might have to try something else. There are heaps as food boxes. If you want it good, it won't be cheap, and if you want it cheap, it won't be good. Yeah, that's fair. Google's getting worse and worse. The gap with Bing is getting smaller. It's horrifying. Lachlan trying to push for Microsoft Edge again. I am actually using Edge, although I did notice yesterday, Lachlan, that when AJ and I were having like a virtual date, we were watching some Netflix together, and I watch it. I put it on my browser, and then I share screen to Discord, and then we watch it together that way. And using Edge, she couldn't hear it, but I switched back to Chrome for it, and she could hear it. So I don't know what the deal was there, but that's one of the problems I've noticed with Edge. Anytime you search for Pizza Hut, the first thing you get is a 40% off voucher for Domino's. That's insidious, man. That's why you have ad blocker that removes the sponsored search results. Yeah, but the problem with ad blockers is you're like stealing from small content creators and stuff that rely on ad money, which isn't good. As a content creator myself, I don't like the idea of stealing from content creators, stealing ad money from them. You might also like Huel. It's shakes that can replace meals. That sounds interesting. Huel. What is that? Is that in New Zealand? Huel. Black edition. Nutritionally something blah blah blah. Huel. Nutritionally complete food. Fast, nutritious, plant-based food. Huel is the no-prep meal that doesn't compromise on your health. Less time cooking, more time living. Black edition. Ready to drink. Elite nutrition. Bottled. Super high protein. Super convenient meals. Hack lunch with quick, complete nutrition. 100% plant-based, whole food ingredients, balanced nutrition, manage weight, build muscle, affordable. From $1.52 per meal. Join Idris Elba and a million of the hooligans. Hooligans. Started my journey while preparing for my role in Thor, so to come on board with Huel was an easy decision. I believe in their mission to deliver nutritionally complete food sustainably. I should check it out. Is it a thing I can do in New Zealand? Get myself some Huel products delivered. Ready to drink on the go meals. Speaking of all this food, it's making my stomach growl. At work we have to use 3 different browsers. Life is pain. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain for that. Like, I've switched over to using Edge for a while to test it out after Lachlan was saying good things about it all, and I was like, yeah, alright, let's give it a go. Firefox was giving me a couple of problems, so I was like, let's try Edge, see if it's better. And then every time I click a link from Discord, it opens in Google Chrome, and obviously I could fix that in some setting somewhere, but I haven't had the time to actually seek out where that setting is. And so every time that happens, it opens in Chrome, and then I end up with a different browser open. And then if I open something, if I open a PDF, Edge was best for. Edge I used to use only for marking on PDFs because I could easily draw on them, and I discovered that during university, that if I opened a document, if I opened a PDF in Chrome or Firefox, I wouldn't easily be able to write on the PDF myself. But if I opened it in Edge, I could. So I defaulted PDFs to opening in Edge. I was using Firefox, and then links would still open in Chrome, and then sometimes, yeah, you end up with three browsers on your toolbar. Pain in the ass. That might just be a Discord thing. Hates certain audio devices. I really fucking hate. I'm so frustrated by the number of audio devices that show up when I click on my sounds. I look on sound settings, and I've got Realtek digital output (Realtek USB audio). Don't know what that is.
Headphones, bracket Realtek USB audio. Which headphones? Speakers, bracket Steam streaming microphone. Why is microphone under playback device? And then headphones, brackets WH blah 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 stereo. And then U2790B, brackets NVIDIA high definition, blah blah blah. Then headset, brackets WH blah blah, hands-free, blah blah. Then speakers again, steaming speakers. Why is that speakers different to the previous speakers? The other one says microphone, this one says speakers. Why? I don't even have any speakers as part of this system. And then speakers again, a third speakers with two Rode NT USB. My Rode NT USB is a microphone with no speaker capability, so why is that turning up in playback device? And then I've got another option for S27A950D, brackets NVIDIA, blah, blah, blah. And then I've got another one for another headphones. Why have I got a fourth headphones set? Like, where are all these playback devices? I've got one fucking playback device that's connected to the computer, and I'm wearing it. I hate all that shit. Can I just get rid of the ones that I'm not using? What the hell are they all? Sound stuff makes me annoyed. And every time something's gone wrong with the sound, one of my first things to do is just like go through the list and just click them and be like, is it this one? Is it this? Oh, you can hear me if I use this one. If I set it to headset rather than headphones, now you can hear me. Loves to just swap audio devices, yeah. Every time I ring Sprog on Discord, she's muted and can't be unmuted. It's so annoying. I have to use FaceTime. Yeah, at the moment on my phone, if I try and call anyone on FaceTime on the Discord call, video call, I just can't see their face. If I call on Messenger, I can. Or if I call on my computer, I can. But Discord Mobile for months now just doesn't show the other person's video. It's not good. My Discord randomly muted everyone and I was joining voice channels like, why is everyone ignoring me? Wait, it muted you to everyone? Because then they wouldn't be, that would be not ignoring, right? Fancy, you didn't set Firefox as his default browser while you were there. No, I was too busy fixing the way he scrolls. You scroll like a fucking madman. Who scrolls that way? It's the wrong way to scroll. You got your trackpad and you're scrolling you're pushing it objectively the wrong way. Makes no sense. Edge asks you when you open it if you want to make it your default browser. Yeah, they all fucking do that and it's irritating as shit. I know what my fucking default browser is. Stop it. And yes, if I click it as my default browser, it still doesn't change the fact that links in Discord open in Google Chrome. And then every time something does open in Google Chrome, Google's like, do you want to set this as your browser? If I did, I would have. Fuck off. They never include a button to don't ask me this again. My monitor also appears as an audio thing. It doesn't have speakers. You can disable them. I mean, I can't though. How do you disable them? I don't know how. Like, I can click on them. I can right click on them. I can left click on them. Nothing happens there. I can go into settings, audio settings in my computer. It doesn't seem to have them there to be able to disable them. I don't even know what they are, so I don't know if disabling them is going to screw something up. You never have that sort of problem with Mac? You have a bunch of things, you have connected a bunch of things to the computer ever. Yeah, but they're no longer connected, so why are they still showing up? Was my laptop okay, Fancy? Then you also scroll like a madman, Wraith. If you scroll down, it should go down. No, if you scroll down, you should be pulling the thing that you're doing, you should be pulling it down. Like, if you would, like, you should use a trackpad like you use a touch screen. If you're on a Word document and you put your fingers at the top of the Word document and pull down, which way is the Word document going to go? It's going to go down because you're grabbing the paper and you're pulling it down. And so if you put your finger on this trackpad and scroll down, it should pull the thing down. As in, it's pulling the paper down, it's pulling your view up. No, now I have no idea which way most trackpad scrolls. Trackpads should be like mice. That's what I'm saying, they should be like mice. You've got a scroll wheel on a mouse that you put your finger on the top of the mouse and you pull it, which rotates the mouse like this, which means at the bottom of it, it's like putting a wheel or a ball on a piece of paper and you're scrolling it this way to push the paper up. If you put your finger on a touch screen, it scrolls up though. It depends, like, what does scrolling up mean? Are you thinking of it like the paper staying still and your vision of it is moving? Or are you thinking of your vision is staying still and the paper is moving? Because scrolling up could be either one, depending on which is your frame of reference of movement. I hate to do this, but I agree with Rob on this. Scroll down on the mouse wheel and the paper goes down. No, I'm scrolling. I put my finger on the mouse wheel and I'm pulling it back to the back like I'm scrolling down and the page goes up. My vision is going down the page. Moving the page with the fingers is how you should think of it. Anyway. You're all wrong unless you agree with me, and then you're not wrong. That's how it works. That's how it works. What should be my what video games should I get when I get my entertainment system? It is the King's birthday weekend this weekend, so if I can find the time to do so, I need to go to the furniture shops and get some deals. I've got they potentially have like furniture deals for like TVs and shit. So I might go get myself a TV, and I need to, if I get a TV for downstairs and I get like an N64 off of Trade Me or something or eBay, then I'm gonna get some video games. But I was thinking I might actually get a PlayStation as well because I've never had a PlayStation. I should get Red Dead Redemption 2. Is it worth me? Like, is it the sort of thing where I should get Red Dead Redemption and play that first, or is it like you don't need to have played Red Dead Redemption to play Red Dead Redemption 2? Mario Kart. Hell yeah, get Mario Kart. You need a couch. Oh, thanks, Wraith. I didn't fucking think about that. Didn't think I'd need a couch to sit on to play my video games. I was just gonna stand up. Thanks for letting me know, Wraith. Our king's birthday's next week. Is it a different king? Or is it the same king with different birthday weekends? Because it's also not the king's actual birthday. I should get Dragon Age, obviously. What is this king's birthday thing, and what does it have to do with shopping? Nothing. And shops in New Zealand tend to just be like, any excuse for a sale. Do you consider the resolution of the N64? We plugged our old N64 into a new TV and we can barely make out the pixels. That's a good point. You can't bully Wraith. Oh, I definitely can. Evidence would show that I can. Witcher 3. You don't need to play 1 and 2 and you already have it. I do have Witcher 3. But I want to play some console games. I want to sit on not a metal chair. Yeah, well then fucking stay at home. I've only got metal chairs for now. I don't have. I have wicker chairs as well. I'd say Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I rage quit that game a dozen times in my first playthrough, so you definitely will. Listen to Elisa, my PS1 works on a 32 LCD, but it's unplayable on a 42 LED because it's like 4 pixels. Interesting. Interesting. What resolution TV is still good for N64? Many games on the N64 displayed in 240p, a format not accepted by HDMI standards. We forced the resolution to 720p to ensure maximum compatibility. Why is the resolution locked at 720p? We tried to maximize compatibility with modern day TVs, and 240p, the resolution that N64 displays, is not technically a part of the HDMI standard. This means that most TV manufacturers will not support the resolution and thus won't display an image if it's not upscaled to something the TV can recognize. What is this? What is this website that we're looking at? This is the HD Link N64. The Nintendo 64 charmed the world with its polygonal graphics and gave us all motion sickness with GoldenEye. It revolutionized the gaming landscape with its funky 4-port controllers and party games like Mario Kart 64, Mario Party, and the world's first introduction to Super Smash Bros. The HD Link cable by Pound allows you to relive the N64 experience on your modern TV. Standard versus Pound HD Link cable. This is the Pound and this is the standard. Standard composite and the Pound. N64, Star Fox, and standard Majora's Mask Link, HD Link, and standard Link. Don't see much of a difference there, to be honest. And Diddy Kong Racing HD Link versus standard Link. Yeah, there is definitely a notable difference in some of these. Cleaner images. High fidelity image. HD Link cable provides higher fidelity image than old composite and does away with the dithering effect inherent in the signal. Sharper text and textures. Ah, yeah, they're focusing on the text there. Yeah, that is a bit sharper. Say goodbye to blurry textures and text. The Pound HD Link cable, blah blah blah. Improved contrast using the SV video signal. We're able to provide better color separation compared to standard AV. Features, excellent RGB video quality, blah blah blah, NTSC and PAL compatible. Do we sell outside of the US? Yes, you can purchase directly from us or from our authorized distributors. What is the micro USB? Blah blah blah. Okay, looks like I'd get one of these. Looks like I'd get one of these cables for when I get my N64. Works great. Bought a 4K TV with a blah 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 composite adapter, blah blah blah. Huge mistake. Don't know how to handle interlaced mode. Flickered end game for mode, forcing me to use cinema mode. It was a bad experience till I bought this Pound cable and it works much better now. Pixels are sharper, blah blah blah. Cool. Alright. Well, that's good. I can get one of these cables. They're $35 and makes the 240 into 720. 240, man, Jesus. I thought you had a couch, like Nordon, but a couch. Nah, since I rehomed Harvey, I was able to get rid of the Nordon dog-eating couch finally. I got the. I looked at like how to get rid of it, like junkyards and tips and stuff to come and pick it up, and they were like, we pick up any junk. And I looked at like pricing and quotes and stuff, and it was fucking expensive. So I just took a hacksaw to it, chopped the couch in half and took it to the tip myself, which turned out to be fucking expensive, which didn't really save me anything, unfortunately. But I didn't know that until I was at the tip, because their pricing on their website was not the pricing that they gave me when I was in person, and kind of pissed me off, but not enough to complain. Those consoles were made for those big ass tube TVs. It's not the resolution, Rob, it's the display tech. You want an old TV instead. KCD is great, set in the Bohemia, made every effort towards historical accuracy. Gotta run, food's ready. No worries, Nicole. You can solve it by getting a smaller TV like a computer screen. And 64 did work well with a 24-inch LED TV, but small screen. They charge you at the tip? They do, yeah. They charge for delivering, and it's based on the weight. And it's anything under a ton. It's clearly not a tip that was designed for commercial use, even though they say it is, because the pricing is like, and they talk about on the website, they're like, oh yeah, you can turn up with your car boot full of rubbish, whatever, blah blah blah. But then you turn up and anything less than a ton is the same price, and so it's like, oh, it's clearly designed for like industrial use, this tip. It was like $60 New Zealand or something. My partner tried to sell his car to We Buy Any Car, and it turns out they do not in fact buy any car. An actual hacksaw I would have borrowed if I knew it was a hacksaw. It wasn't a hacksaw, it was just a regular wood saw, hand saw. You had a couch that was functional. Well, I mean, it wasn't functional. It was dog-eaten, and the cushions were all missing. Wraith doesn't have to sit on any metal folding chairs. Wraith can fuck off. Wraith doesn't have to come round at all until I've got furniture. Wraith can sit on the fucking ground next time she comes round. I'm not going to even offer her a metal chair. Just had council pick him up here. Love the scheme. Once a year you can put anything. Yeah, that's the thing though. It's once a year. I'm not waiting until September to get rid of my dog-eating couch. It's fully free here regardless of the amount. Man, that's good. Or maybe it's not good because it doesn't disincentivize you thinking about how to reuse your stuff first. Here they take away your old couch when they deliver a new one. That's good. Wraith can play knucklebones on the floor, yeah. Wraith can just learn to levitate. Jeez, yeah, exactly. I took the chair myself, you didn't offer. What the fuck do you expect from me, Wraith? It's not like you're a fucking queen. I'm not gonna lay out a red carpet for you and you know where things are. You know where a fucking chair is. This isn't the 1920s. You have to wait, stand on ceremony till somebody announces, announcing Lady Wraith. Take a fucking chair. You want to sit down? You're in my house. You can sit down on the fucking chair. Laws of hospitality don't apply to Wraith. It's a good scheme for cleaning out the shed garage. A lot of people drive around and pick up things they want before the council comes, so good for upcycling. That's good, yeah. I've been lurking while painting miniatures. Been quite amusing, but I've got to go make dinner. No worries. Juliet, thanks for being here. Legit tried walking into your house when you didn't answer the door. Luckily, you lock your door. I was on the shitter. Just let yourself in. Make a cup of tea for yourself. So if I get like a 50-inch TV, if I get a 50-inch LED TV, is Super Mario just not going to work on there? Like, am I not going to be able to play Super Mario 64? Or are you saying that it'll just look awful because all the pixels are like this big? Because I can just sit further away. Imagine finding Ray sitting in your kitchen or something. I wouldn't be surprised. It will work, but it's not going to look good. N64 on 50-inch TV. Reddit, the guide, how to set up your N64 to modern TVs. Because this question is asked at least once a week. This is a post from 4 years ago as well. Because this question is asked at least once a week, here's a guide on how to connect your N64 to a modern TV. For new people, there's a difference in upscale and stretching. Zooming in on a photo makes it blurry. This is stretching the image to fit your screen. Upscale is doubling the picture on all sides, keeping the original resolution intact. But how do you double it? Doubling the picture on all sides. Like, how do you do that without it being stretched? Like, you're just adding 4 pixels for every pixel? Adding 3? Anyways, let's connect those red, yellow, and white composite cables to HDMI. The cheapest answer is composite to HDMI, but the quality is horrible and only stretches the picture to fit. Around $10 to $20, would not recommend. The slightly better option is Hyperkin Converter. This can stretch the picture to 16:9 modern TV width, or 4:3, around $20 to $30. I've personally used this and it's good for the casual guy. Most bang for your buck is RetroTink 2X. This will upscale the image by 2 times. Can be stretched to 16:9 or 4:3. Scanline for that classic CRT look, and has a smoothing option that really goes a long way to making pixels disappear. This goes for $150. I own this and love it. Beyond this, you can RGB mod your N64. You can RGB mod your N64, the European equivalent of S-Video, and buy the open source scan converter. Combining these two is on par with the official HDMI mod. This costs around $400 in total and requires soldering skills. Nope. And finally, there's the HDMI mod. You have to order these, and they're made by one person. Rumour is they're going back in stock, but N64 veterans can tell you we've been waiting years for them to come back. Again, this takes serious soldering skills and is the most expensive solution. Hope this helps. If this makes veteran approval, cool beans. If someone makes a better post, that's cool too. Now, get out. Why don't you use an N64 emulator? I don't know anything about it. What is it? How do you do that? What is that? I'd freak out if someone just walked into my house. What, like even a friend? Or a family member? You don't have friends that can just let themselves in? I go around to friends' places and I'll knock and then let myself in. I'll just do and then open the door and be like, hello, how's it going? It's a very Kiwi thing to do, I guess. I'd freak if a rando walked into my house. Oh yeah. Do I just get a Switch instead of an N64? Can you play Super Mario 64? I want to play Super Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. Those are my main ones. If I had an N64, I'd also probably play some other ones like GoldenEye as well. But Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and Super Mario, I've got a hankering to play them. I never finished any of them myself, and I want to play them all and finish them. Emulator. Are the emulators legal though? I remember hearing something about the emulators being like they're not legal things. I don't have any friends that come round, no, and family are 70 miles away. I have friends and family that thump the windows till I let them in. My doors just lock when closed. My friends are all out of the country, they don't randomly visit. Emulator allows you to play it on PC, but the same way as before, you would then use your plug-in video game controller to play it. Everyone has to come into my house by knocking and let themselves in. I don't have a doorbell. I actually rarely lock my door. A few weeks ago, a 2-year-old kid from downstairs apartment let themselves in and I had to escort them out. Yeah, there was they've moved now, but my next door neighbours had a kid that was clearly had some sort of developmental problems or something. He wasn't socially quite there. Lovely kid, but like, yeah, it was clear that he had learning difficulties. And I came downstairs one day to just find him in my living room, and I was like, "Hey man, how you going? You doing all right?" And then he started like trying to go upstairs, and I was like, "Oh, let's go this way." And I took him by the hand and walked him outside, and I was like, "Should we go and have a walk?" And I just walked him next door, and I was like, They opened the door, looking rather frazzled themselves, like they were looking around for him. Maybe I was like, they're like, "Oh my god." I think I just left my front door open because it was a hot summer day or something, and I tend to not worry about leaving my door open when it's summertime. Summertime. In New Zealand, there's like you can quite often just go out and leave your doors open. Like when I had a dog, I would quite often leave my windows, my like ranch sliders open, and just go out. And, you know, theoretically, somebody be able to jump the fence and get into my house, just walk on in. But also there's the psychological element of, like, if his door's open, he's probably home. So I don't want to rob him, because he's probably home. Yuzu got fudged by Nintendo recently, and Nintendo is very thorough in hunting emulators down. I have heard that, yeah, Nintendo are very litigious and that stuff, so I don't know if emulators are something I could do. Emulators are grey areas in the US. You need to own the games on the console, and then yeah, so if I owned an N64 and I owned the games that I'm playing, and then I just played it on an emulator instead of the N64, I get that. I have no friends, and my brother could care less about me, so I never have visitors. Excuse me, Jennifer. A word, if you wouldn't mind. Unless you're saying, let me just coming right in. Just coming right in, Jennifer. Unless you're saying that your brother does care about you, the expression "my brother could care less" does not mean what you think it means. If you are trying to say that your brother could not care less about you because he cares zero amount and you cannot care negative amounts, and therefore he could not care less, if that's what you're meaning, then the expression is, "my brother could not care less about me." Could not care less. Thank you. Also, I'm sorry to hear that your brother couldn't care less about you. That sucks. You ever find a random cat in your house? I do find cats in my... I did. When I first moved in here, I found the neighbours' cats were in my house. If you remember some of the streams where it's like... just in the background. I've got very noisy cats, my neighbours. And then I got a dog. Haven't seen those cats since. A friend got a new house and had a Ring doorbell that was obviously pulling... I was obviously pulling faces and then realised as if I hadn't been there once, I was at the neighbour's house, not hers, and I died. That's very funny. It's not like robbers are walking into the house hourly in the UK, but it only takes one bad experience. Yeah, that's fair. Cats, dogs, sheep. Tal's found ducks. Yeah, Tal's has found ducks in her house at one point. Emulators are official, just don't stream them because Nintendo will bite it. But what if I want to stream them? Then I need to go back to N64. You can negative amounts, but you can have negative apples. Yeah, negative apples and pigs. If you trade me a negative pig, and I owe you a negative apple, that's why two negatives makes a positive. Analog 3D may also work for you. It's a new console coming out this year to play in 64 games at modern resolution. They did it for Game Boy. Ooh, that sounds fun. Analog 3. Is that what I'm looking for? Analog 3D. Analogui 3D. Analog 3D, the future is here. 64 bits of pleasure. Notify me when available. What is it? Tell me more about it. Wireless Bluetooth and 2.4G, 4 original style controller ports, completely engineered in FPGA, analog OS, no emulation, a reimagining of the N64, 4K resolution, original display modes, reference quality recreations of specific model CRTs and PMVs, blah blah blah, something something, yada yada, blah blah blah, lots of letters. This looks exciting. Analog 3D does not support Open FPGA 2. Analog 3D does not play copyrighted from ROM files. It plays legacy game cartridges via the cartridge slot. Analog 3D is not designed using software emulation. It is designed using specialty hardware chip called FPGA, which operates on a transistor level implementation of its functionality. Analog 3D does not infringe on any copyright or trademarks. All trademarks are the property of their respective owners. This is very exciting. Notify me when available. Yes, please. Let me add to this subscription list. So this is exactly what I need. This is the solving of the problem? They're like, hey, you can play N64 on modern resolution or whatever, on modern TVs. Analog Pocket back in stock. Is that the Game Boy one? Very cool. Thank you for that. Leaving your doors unlocked is a great way to not have them break your windows if they want to break in. Yeah. Yeah. A walk-in rather than a break-in, yeah. Yeah, there's areas where you do the same with your cars and stuff, right? Like you leave your car unlocked because you're like, hey, I'd rather they open the door and realise there's nothing in there to steal than smash the window and then realise there's nothing to steal. I love that it feels like you're going to provide supportive advice and instead it's a complaint about a grammar issue. Yeah. Insurance companies don't like paying out for walk-ins though. Better they break the window. I mean, better for who, really? Like, you'd have to replace the window. That's a hassle. What you need is someone to do all the research and then just send you the modded N64 and stuff for it. Yes, that is what I need. Thank you for offering, Istalri. I shall await your parcel at my P.O. box. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very kind. Can we all thank Istalri for volunteering to do all of the research, buy me an N64, mod it, and then send it through. That's incredibly kind. It's been a shit week for me, oh well. I didn't mean to make that worse, JMT. I'm sorry. I hope your week gets better. I feel like this charisma check's just giving Rob links to stuff. Yeah, I mean, why not? Good times and bad times will all pass. This too shall pass. All those abbreviations remind me of the last survey interview. So funny. Yeah. The N64, FPV, TTRG. I'm surprised that Nintendo hasn't shut them down. I mean, I don't understand why they would, because, like, this is... They're saying you need Nintendo 64 cartridges to play the games. Like, you need to own the games. You need to have them. Robert's rant about grammar was so funny that I'm unalive right now. I'm not even gonna bite. If you Google Switch Online, Nintendo 64 games. Switch Online, N64 games. Nintendo 64, Switch Online. What is Switch Online? What is Switch Online? I don't understand. Nintendo Switch Online required. Playback cannot continue. Not available. No available working or supported playlists. What is all this? Why is none of this working? Sign in to download. Switch Online. Give me a list of them though. What is it? Nintendo 64, Nintendo Switch Online. Party like it's 1996. Compete in a Mario Kart race with friends online. Share your screen and bring someone along for your Star Fox N64 ride. Suspend your game at any point during Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Fuck yeah. So wait, you can play? Is this what I want? Am I just unnecessarily getting myself an N64 when what I need is a Switch? Can I play? Is this telling me that I can play N64 via Switch? Because if that's the case, I'll just get a Switch. Save myself a bunch of hassle. My back door is generally always unlocked. With a teenager who constantly loses his keys, it's just easier and cheaper than changing the locks all the time. Just keep a key in the garden, Joe baby. Like, you gotta keep a hidden key. Have a fake rock or a plant pot or a little dig hole or like a loose brick in the wall that you can keep a key behind or something. Keep it under the step. Just don't keep it in the obvious place, because the first thing that a robber does is they get to a door, they check it, it's not open, so they look around and they go, are there any plant pots or rocks within arm's reach? I'm gonna look under those. I had some hooligans break into my car, find that there was nothing to steal, and then proceed to trash the inside, like rip the entire dashboard out. I wish I could just Thanos click some people away. Just like, nah, you don't deserve to be on the planet anymore. Time for bed. No worries, Winter Ghost. That most recent survey is my favourite. That's good. It was a good one. And insurance wouldn't fix it because it's too much damage. What the fuck? Too much damage? That's what the... What? I don't even... Don't get me in the... Don't get me started on insurance. I'm laughing myself to unalive. Nobody hates Nintendo fans more than Nintendo. Just, yeah, if you come home to find you've been robbed, smash your own window from the outside and say that they did it. Easy peasy. I've never committed insurance fraud. This is a joke. I've genuinely not committed insurance fraud, in case anyone thought differently. Bad news, Rob. Merriam-Webster now lists could care less as equivalent to couldn't. No. Why do you want a Stream Deck? A Steam Deck. I do need a Steam Deck, but I've already got that. Like, I don't have one, but I've got the money for it, right? Like, it was a donation goal that I got. In fact, I seem to recall, like, in the first year of streaming, maybe, I put a Switch as, like, a sub-goal. Does anybody remember that? I don't know if I did or not. I remember toying with the idea of, like, I'll put a Switch. I'll put a Nintendo Switch as a donation goal. And then I think maybe I did. Steam Deck is better than... Wait, you're saying Steam Deck? I thought that was a typo. You're not talking about my Elgato Stream Deck. I was like, why is my Stream Deck anything to do with getting a Switch? What is a Steam Deck? You get Skyrim for Switch, though you need a Pro controller for it, not the Wii sticks. Steam Deck is awesome, but so much more fiddly than a Switch for what Rob wants, though. What the hell is Steam Deck? What are you all talking about? Steam Deck. A Valve Steam Deck. Oh, it's just a handheld way to play Steam games? Ow, headache. Ow. I just started really hurting. What the hell's that about?
Just like sudden pressure behind the eye. What's that about?
I think I'm dying. It's probably a stroke. I think I'm gonna die. You're gonna watch me die on camera. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I wonder if I'd make national news. Steam Deck, your games everywhere. Powerful, portable, PC gaming, designed for comfort and a console-like user experience. Choose your Steam Deck. 1 terabyte. Jesus. Diagonal display size. Wi-Fi 6E. Battery. Is it just for playing Steam games? Like if I'm playing Steam games, I want to play on my your Steam library anywhere. I don't need that. I don't need it to be portable. I need it to be good. I wouldn't be getting the Switch for its portability. I'd be getting it for the fact that you can put it on the computer and put it on the TV and play Mario games. Insurance, you say. Insurance is actively trying to unalive my coworker by taking 6 months to approve an infusion he needs every month. Jesus Christ. Also, the Switch is getting too outdated. 2017 Switch 2 has been announced, but eh. One thing I hate more than could care less is saying should have instead of should have. Yeah, should have. It comes from cutting down have with an apostrophe. Should have. We had a Switch goal and we filled it, and I never got around to actually buying it. So I guess I have to get a Switch. Legally obligated. That's what I'm hearing. I'm playing King's Quest on PlayStation. So fun. Google, so you have 2 weeks left. Handheld Linux at PC. No offense, Rob, but don't get one. It's a pain to set up and use if you aren't Linux and tech savvy. What is the Steam Deck? The Steam Deck is a handheld Linux. Handheld Linux PC. No, I don't need a portable PC. I've got a PC, a very nice PC. If I want to play PC games, I'll play it on my very nice big PC. What are we doing? Making swords? No, we are talking about Nintendo 64 and Switch, and the fact that I need to buy myself a Switch so that I can play N64 games. So is N64 is Switch Online like a subscription service or something? And you only get to play the games while you're subscribed to the service. Is that how that works? So if I don't have time in a month to be playing video games, I can cancel my subscription or something. Is that basically turning it into renting the games rather than buying the games? Or is it a one-time price? You buy Nintendo Switch Online and then you buy the individual games? I hate breath instead of breathe. Those are different words. Never played Mario. As soon as you get a couch, I'll come over and play. Wahaha. I should probably go to furniture shops today and try and find a couch. I went around some second-hand stores, and they've all got just the shittiest stained couches and stuff. And I was like, nah, I'll have to get one new. Steam Deck uses their own version of Linux, which is easier than the other version of Linux, but is still a pain. I spent more time fighting it than playing. It's like when you'd borrow from Blockbuster and only had a week to try and beat the game, yeah. Yeah. Here's IKEA's got so many couches that they sell them. Yeah, if only we had a fucking IKEA. Smartass. New Zealand doesn't have any IKEAs, although there has been announced that they are coming finally. We are getting an IKEA soon. Wait, what?
Yep, we don't have IKEA in New Zealand yet, but they are coming. Nintendo Switch systems. I got a 2-seater on its side, but it matches my 3-seater. You can see it kind of has it. No, Amazon either, I think. I mean, Amazon's an online thing. Everybody's got Amazon. It's online. I guess I thought we'd spread our tentacles everywhere, but not. I mean, soon. Soon New Zealand's getting an IKEA later this year, I think, or next year or something. You don't have Amazon or eBay. We do have Amazon and eBay. They're online stores. What do you mean you don't have them? Nobody goes into an eBay. Be like, I'm popping down to eBay for something. It's an online. We can use that eBay and have it delivered here. Soon you'll have lingonberry jam for everybody. Is that a jam that they sell at IKEA? Why is IKEA selling jam? What? It looks like you'll need a Switch Online account with expansion pack, which is a monthly subscription. I mean, is it expensive? How much is a monthly subscription to Nintendo on Switch Online? Games. Nintendo games. Coming soon. Shop games. Online service. Let's just see what's... Free 7-day trial. Just tell me how much it is. There we go. Compare membership plans. Individual membership. Nintendo Switch Online. 20 USD a year. That's a piece of piss. Plus online pack. If I need plus expansion, whatever that means, then it's 50 US a year. That's not bad. I can pay 50 US for a full year of playing video games online. Online play. Game Boy Switch Online. You can play Game Boy online. Can I play Pokemon Red? And lose all of my time? Play classic N64 games like Mario Kart online with friends. Fuck yeah. Alright, that's not bad. 50 US a year for N64 Online and expansion pack to play N64 games. Alright, sold. We're getting a Switch, everybody. I should get furniture first. I should get furniture, and I still probably need a TV. Do I need a TV if I'm getting a Switch? Wait, it's a Switch. Switch is this, but also can you stream it? Can you stream Nintendo Switch? Stream. Now I'm looking up streaming Nintendo Switch. I suppose that's how we invade countries since we stopped the whole Viking raid plan. Now we just send IKEAs, yeah. You don't have stuff locally on Amazon or eBay. Like an Amazon warehouse that things get shipped from. It's all remote and shipped in. I mean, unless we're making it here, it's all shipped in anyway. Like, we can't Prime Today you anything. Oh. Right. There's nothing close enough that you could get it same-day delivery. I see. A distribution center. I see what you're saying. I see. I'm with you now. You can use Switch Online on all your travels if you hook into hotspot or Wi-Fi. Oh yeah. Bad sigh. I'm disoinged. Kiwis didn't know how to bulk shop until y'all showed them. I've been doing it for years from restaurant suppliers.
You can buy food at IKEA too, some fresh to eat then and some packaged. Why is IKEA selling packaged food? That doesn't make sense. Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap. Robbie, you considering picking up a time-consuming hobby besides your D&D hobby? Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like I need to have something that takes up a lot of my time, I've decided. You can hook up the Switch to a TV and capture card. I think it gets DMCA'd more than average. I don't think it's all the games ever. Let's have a look, see if it says what games there are. Learn more. Nintendo Switch Online. Which games have they got? Is this? Have I clicked on the wrong thing? Classic games. 64. The N64 controller is so dope. It's so cool looking. Game Boy Color, Sega Genesis. This is. I think I clicked on the wrong thing because this is not what I wanted. Play classic N64 games like Mario Kart online with friends. Learn more. Classic games. It doesn't tell me what games are on there though. That's not what I was asking. N64 online. What images are shown include Super Mario 64 and Zelda Ocarina of Time. Or is that Majora's Mask? I can never remember which one's which. It's Ocarina of Time. So it's got Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64 and Mario Kart and Lylat Wars. I don't really care about any of those other ones. The only one that's missing is Majora's Mask, which is disappointing. Hey, it's even got GoldenEye. Mate, it's got all of them, all the ones that I want. Here we go. 1080! 1080 snowboarding, awesome. Banjo-Kazooie, awesome. GoldenEye, awesome. Harvest Moon, that's the precursor to Stardew Valley. Mario Kart 64, awesome. A bunch of Pokemon stadiums and stuff. Star Fox, awesome. Super Mario 64, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, awesome. Wave Race, awesome. That's all of them, baby. That's everything that I'd want to play on it. Seems like it would be available. Let's go. Easy to set up and play. Switch has a dock to hook into the TV. So you dock the thing into the TV. You get a capture card, whatever that is, and then you use the capture card somehow to do the thing with the streaming. I don't know. I know how things work. I'm a computer guy. Tell you what is funny. In my family, I am the computer guy. Like my family come to me for the computer questions. That's how inept my family are about computers. It's that among my family, I'm actually the guy who knows more about computers. That's laughable. Have I heard how Harvey's going? Pretty good, as far as I have heard. He's settled pretty well with the foster family. They enjoy it. The little ladies love to read him bedtime stories and take him for walks and stuff, which is great. He's probably getting a lot of attention. I talked too much about Kingdom Come Deliverance and now I'm playing it. What are you saying? The Switch Lite can't be streamed. It has some limitations, so get the normal version if you do get a Switch. Got it. I do online stuff, so clearly I'm the computer guy. Yeah, I stream as part of my living, so therefore I know about computers. Like, if you know how many times I get simple shit wrong because of fucking tech problems. I'm not a computer person in my family. My dad still asks if I want help with my iPhone, and I've been in IT. I've been in IT for over 15 years. My dad still asks if I want help with my iPhone. Well, do you? Maybe he could help. Maybe he's got insights that you don't. I'm always the one asked. Issue being it's like 15 years since I was into computer stuff. Yeah, things haven't changed since 2005 or something. You want me to post the instructions for disabling unneeded audio devices? I would like that, please, Estelri. Yeah, put it in the Warforged workshop in my Discord, where all of the tech bullshit goes. That would be great. And then I'll disable all of the unwanted audio shit. That would be great, thank you. An employer who always asked me to fix his computer issues. I just googled the solution. I don't know why he couldn't have done that. I have that sometimes myself with like fans and stuff. It's lovely when fans reach out to me just to say like, hey, I love your work. But every so often fans reach out and they don't say, hey, I love your work. They just ask me a D&D question. How does so-and-so thing work? And it's the first thing they've ever sent me on like Instagram or something. How does this rule work? And I'll just be like, I'm not gonna answer that. I'm just gonna ignore that question because that's something you could have typed that exact same phrase into Google search bar or any other search bar and got the answer. And you just expect me to be your Ask Jeeves. I had one guy like rage quit my my Instagram the other day in a private message for a similar reason. He was just like, he asked me a question that was just like a out of the blue nothingness. And then he sent me a message like a few hours later being like, why do you purposefully ignore people? It's so rude. I used to like your stuff, but now I'm never going to watch you again or something. And then I sort of scrolled back up a little bit and it was just like those sorts of questions. Every couple of months he'd send me another thing. Most of it was just like one word like cool in response to like one of my Instagram stories or something, and he'd just reply and be like, haha, this is funny, haha. And then every so often he'd just send me a question about Dungeons and Dragons rules, and I'd just be like, I don't have the time to be everybody's personal fucking search engine. And then he rage quit because I didn't answer him enough. You'd be surprised how often tech support as well as developers have to Google things in their work. Yeah. My dad was in landscaping. I'd often come home to find he's let himself in and is doing gardening. Oh, that's the guy I did wonder? Who's the guy you did wonder? Be glad it's not a dick pic. I have not yet gotten any dick pics, thankfully. That's how I intend to go. Rage quitting over some imagined slight. My personal D&D search engine, and I'll be upset if you ignore me. If you're asking me, like, if you start the conversation like, hey, I love your work, I'm just wondering, like, how, when you did this thing with Bodger, is it because of this, or is it like some home rule or something? That's obviously not something you could have just straight up Googled. And it's also something, like, you've started it by being like, hey, pleasantries to start the conversation like you do with a complete stranger, and then ask me the question, and then I'll absolutely answer you. I spend probably way too long answering people on Instagram and things because I get messages all the fucking time on Discord and Instagram and email. And if you're polite and friendly and you abide by the norms of social situations, like, hey, I'm a complete stranger to you, treat me as such when you greet me, then I'm more likely to actually engage. Fancy that. The guy from the YouTube comment. Oh, was there a guy in the YouTube comment as well? I don't know. Do you want dick pics, Rob? I do not want dick pics, no. I don't. I've got enough dick pics on my phone. Oh, you? What are ability scores in D&D? Answer me now. Yeah. What time have I got to be going, by the way? Oh yeah, I've got an hour till my Castleton thing, and I've probably got to go and eat and get dressed, so I should probably leave it there. Thanks for all of the cool chats, everybody, and thanks for talking to me about Switch. You've talked me out of buying a massive TV and an N64 and setting it up to realize that I was very much disappointed. Apparently I can do the same thing that I want, but with a Nintendo Switch Online. So I guess I'm looking at Nintendo Switches now instead. I will look at some furniture. I need a couch and a few dining chairs and an entertainment unit and a TV to play the Switch on. And then I need to buy myself a Switch and waste all of my time playing video games. Yay! Oh, you, what's Pathfinder? I made a post in the Warforged now, Rob. Thank you very much, Stalry. I'll check it out. Alright, thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you for being cool patrons. Thank you for a full month of May. An amazing month of May! Even though technically it's June for me. This was the earliest we could fit in the May charisma check. But I will see you again for Twitch Tales tomorrow morning, episode 96. Should be a very exciting one, hopefully. And then BTS Adventures in Azrim 185. Then Thirsty Sword Lesbians is going ahead with episode 2 of season 2 on Monday. And then I'll be joining Ellen Mainwood. Ellen, what the fuck is her last name? Graham. Ellen Graham. I'll be joining Ellen Graham because it's her birthday on Monday, and she's invited us to join her in a stream in the evening for Jackbox, some Jackbox games and stuff. So I might see you then. Then I might be I've got to do some re-recording of my Shadowrun audiobook that I really need to get around to because I keep forgetting and putting it off and forgetting. I need to do some re-recording of that. If I've got time, I might start Robert Reed's 4E. That's a thing that's like in my calendar. I keep pushing it back and back and back in my calendar, but not deleting it so that I remind myself that it needs to be done. So I will be doing Robert Reed's 4E at some point, hopefully soon. Tales of the Misfits. And then on Saturday, next Saturday, so a week today in fact, at this time, I will be joined with Dead Aussie Gamer to do the final Pathfinder 1E fundraiser. So it's been a pretty big saga that's been long going now. We did a fundraiser where you guys could troll us by every donation added more and more complexity to my character. I had to add levels. I had to add multi-classing. I had to add legacy classes. No, that's not what they're called. Whatever the hell they're called when they put in several classes together, and then you have to have certain prerequisites from several different levels and different classes to it in order to take a different class entirely. So like a triple multi-class prestige levels. So I had prestige levels. We after like 2 or 3 streams of this, we managed to get this abomination of a character. Like I think he has 11 different multi-classes with 3 or 4 of them being prestige classes. I got to level 20, and then you guys added extra levels because yes, in Pathfinder you can go beyond level 20 and you can add epic levels, I think they're called. So now I have 10 levels of epic levels. You added all sorts of different characters, and Dag drew from like a bag of many things or something, and added all. I've got a familiar, I think, as well. And after all of this saga that's like 3 or 4 fundraisers long now, I have got an abomination character that's 30, like an epic hero, but he's a complete mess of a character. And then we finally have the last fundraiser coming up next Saturday for the time that I actually get to play him. So Dag is going to be playing my Nemesis character, who we also made as part of that fundraiser. That was another goal that you guys kept trolling us with. Like, now Dag's got to make an equally complex character. And he's made a complex Nemesis that's also like level 30, and I've made this crazy abomination character. And in next Saturday's game, we are doing just a one-shot battle between the two of us, and I have to my goal is to try and use every one of my features during the game. And then, of course, it's a fundraiser for Dag and I to have the funds to be able to go to Gen Con and stuff this year. And so the fundraising goals will be things that you can do to affect the game. Like you can add crazy wild surges, or you can add nat 20 tokens or disadvantage and stuff to make it even more complicated. So if you want to troll us even further, Dag and I will be playing those crazy monster characters in Pathfinder Fundraiser next Saturday morning, Saturday the 8th, New Zealand time. Anything else coming up? Armageddon, if you're in New Zealand or can get to Auckland for any reason, in Saturday the 15th, I am going to be joining the Viva La Dirt League guys at Armageddon. Armageddon's our little, our teeny weeny excuse for a nerd convention. We're going to be doing some like signings, and I'm going to be on a panel with them, chatting and stuff. I'm not sure if it's streamed, but if it is, I'll let you know. That'll do. And then end of June we'll have another Patreon Charisma check. Alrighty, thanks for being here, everybody. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.